Now, one thing about indices that I'm noticing now, especially with my strategy, like my strategy would have told me to enter over here, right? Based off of the indices strategy, like this, right? And in retrospect, it would have made sense at that time. But right now, you have to try and make sure that you are a better trader than you were a year ago, 2 years ago, right? And the only way you're going to do that is slowly improving day by day. Welcome back to another YouTube video of FLAIR where we make trading very simple. It is another week, it is another dollar. So if you're new here, please make sure to click the subscribe button and turn on the post notifications, because I post content like this every Sunday. So now guys, I've made something called the consistency accelerator for everybody struggling with, psychology, technical analysis and everything else. Trust me guys, it is jam-packed. This is the poster over here. As you can see, there is a place for signals and there's a place for mentorship and signals. So $35 is going for both of the package. So make sure to take it while the offer lasts. This offer lasts only till the 25th of June, guys. And it's genuinely crazy to the results that I've been getting, right? I'll probably show the students' results after this intro, so you guys can see what the guys are getting as well, seeing that the beautiful stuff. But right now, let's keep on doing what we can do, guys. Watch till the end. Make sure to click the subscribe button. Let's get it. So this is one of my clients. It's called Maputo. This is what I call him, right? A very good guy. He's been consistent on the charts, showing up. This is some of his analysis from the strategy that we've been trading. Beautiful stuff, guys. One thing I wanted to do in this session is show you that, like, I'm not all here talking, and I know, guys, my mentorship should be more expensive than it is, but I give it for the value, guys. I already make money from this charts, guys. You already see. So this is some of the setups he's been taking. He's been taking the Euro USD setups, gold setups. This is a re-entry, guys. We got it even at the lower side over here. Let me just show you some of the trades that he actually took, right? Here's one. This is on the 4-hour time frame. My students do not show 1 minute time frame, guys. On the 4-hour time frame, as you can see, this is the entry that he had. This is gold at this point right now. This is Euro USD already on another 4-hour time frame, guys. Swing trading at its finest. Already entry over here, price pushed all the way to the top. And that's the beautiful thing about trading, guys. That's why I always say, it's like, especially when you're in the right community, it's easier for you to grow and develop. But nonetheless, let's get into the charts. All right. So this is gold on the daily time frame. I'll break it down so it's easier for you to understand. So with gold, guys, it's still the same analysis from the previous week. We wanted to get in a few re-entries. Some of the clients already got beautiful re-entries over here. Even me, I'll probably post screenshots over here, guys, so you can see that I'm actually telling you guys what I'm showing you guys. But one thing I can say, guys, for the month of May has been very good for all of us, like especially in the team and the strategies that we trade. February and March, March and April were very bad, right? So in terms of entry, price pushed all the way to the top when we entered over here, like I showed the screenshot. I had a few re-entries as price was going all the way to the top. I eventually closed and left these two positions open because I still anticipate that gold will drop a little bit to the lower side so we can enter re-entries, right? When we go over to the 4-hour time frame, that's where things look a little bit better, because what we can see is that, okay, cool, we have this low over here and we have an abundance of fair value gaps, right? So I'm patiently waiting to see if price is going to drop relatively to the downside over here so we can climb in terms of entry and then hold it all the way to the top. But one thing I do want to say, guys, remember, all of these things are sent towards the signals group. So when you do join the mentorship, guys, it's genuinely jam-packed. And I know a lot of you guys watching these videos want to get to a point in your trading where you have a mentor you can rely on, someone who can trust, and someone who's going to be there for you. And I'm that guy for you. I've been consistently posting these videos every Sunday, guys. So make sure to join, guys, whenever you can. It is on special. Trust me. I know a lot of you guys don't have that much to join. So I'm making it very affordable for everybody, right? So this is the trade we did take on gold. My anticipation, guys, I do feel like gold is going to reach 4,000 ounces. So relatively along these points over here. Let me just do this coordinates. So like, my long-term position is 4,000. So I'm planning on holding these positions all the way to the top over here. So if I could enter below the all-time high, any positions below the all-time high is very good. We already got one position over here, so I'm just gonna hold it all the way to the top till it gets to this point. But if you look at this, guys, this is basically just a retracement, right? So I'm anticipating for us to get to 4,000 ounces. So we're still a long way to go. We're around 3,300. So it is a swing trade more than anything, guys. That's why I'm saying, like, if you're in the team, you are gonna be, these guys already have entries over here, guys. That's the beautiful thing. I literally got in over here. Most guys have their entries over here. So understand, guys, the journey is still there and there's still opportunity for scale-ins and stuff like that. But for now, I'm just patient to see how NFP is actually going to react with gold. Then from there, I'll take it from there. But let's follow that. Let's go to the next pair. All right. So this is US30 on the daily time frame. I'm really not a big fan of indices. I will say it right here, guys. Like, I feel like indices only move really good the last 2 quarters. So from June till December, I see a lot of indice movement. But for now, like, I would say there's really not that much price action. But we started getting some momentum from US30 during the week, which is good stuff. That's what I like to see, right? Because remember, I make money if the market is moving up and down and not sideways, right? So in this instance, we're starting to get some movement from US30. As you can see, price made this low, pushed all the way to the top and retraced all the way to the downside. Now, one thing about indices that I'm noticing now, especially with my strategy, like my strategy would have told me to enter over here, right? Based off of the indices strategy like this, right? And in retrospect, it would have made sense at that time. But right now, as price is pushing all the way to the downside, respecting the zone, it clearly shows that indices are no longer respecting the strategy. So this is what I do, guys, especially when I start seeing these types of things. I understand that you can still trade these pairs, but now you have to start looking at it from a perspective of order blocks, right? In this situation, this should have been an entry that we've gotten into. But remember, guys, this isn't something that I trade regularly. Like order blocks, I do implement them sometimes depending on the situation, right? So in general, this is how it's supposed to be looking. I've even alternated the indice to currencies. We now use the 73% zone as a Fibonacci retracement tool. I'll even show you guys the things so you can take a screenshot. I use the 73. 71 is also a good one, but I've realized 71 price doesn't usually tap me in, right? So 73 is the one that I use, and then this is all that I have. You can pause the video, take a screenshot, maybe use that. So yeah, price did make a low push all the way to the top, came to the downside. This was a clean cut entry via an order block and it rejected. So for me, back in the day, if I was going to be trading this was going to be my entry, my stop loss relatively below the low, and then my take profit all the way to the top. But because indices are very volatile at this time period, I haven't really backtested them a lot, and I've been focusing on a lot of currencies, guys. Like currency pairs are where it's at. All the major pairs, GBP, Euro USD, USD JPY, GBP JPY, like NZD USD, USD CHF, like all of those pairs are the ones that are really the ones that you're supposed to be focusing on till June, right? Before the tariffs of everything happening, that's the time I think you should be focusing on. But this is what I do see for US30. Hopefully, as the week opens, price does decide to start climbing all the way to the top. Immediately, once it breaks structure over here, I will be looking for re-entries, then climbing all the way to the top, because it looks like indices are starting to act right this time, right? And that's what I do see for US30. Let's go to the next pair. All right. So this is Nasdaq on the daily time frame. Now with Nasdaq, it's quite different because US30 is much more quicker, mainly because it's the top 30 companies of the United States, and Nasdaq 100 is the top 100. So the volatility won't be that crazy, but what we think we can anticipate is that same reaction as US30. This order block over here is the one that I'm planning on executing, right? When we go to the 4-hour time frame, as I can show you, as you can see, like this looks relatively similar to what you call this, the US30's price action. Now, in terms of Fibonacci retracement tool, maybe bottom to top like this. This is where I would enter off of if I was trading in Nasdaq. So this is official entry. You know, I'm not supposed to be saying that because, you know, financial advice and stuff like that. Mind you guys, any setup that I put over here is disclaimer, risk disclaimer. Understand, any setup that you take is according to your loss, guys. This is not financial advice, right? So this is where I am seeing Nasdaq chilling. Maybe it's gonna drop all the way to the downside relatively over here. On the 4-hour time frame, it looks really clean. There's a nice 73% zone. Remember, we're supposed to be using this, guys. I'm trying to keep you guys in track, especially with my strategy, whether in my mentorship or not. I know a lot of you guys literally make so much profits just from the YouTube videos, right? So this is the one that was usually initially supposed to use, but we understand that Nasdaq and US30 or indices retrace deeper than usual. So what we used to use has to change now. We're gonna go back to indices. So we're gonna go back to currency. Currency pairs is like literally 73. It's a safe one. You come in with your entry over here, right? And the beautiful thing about this one is you can see this is a strong area of support as well. Price has reacted to this multiple times. This is what another thing that I look for, especially when I'm taking setups, you know. So we'll come in over here with the buys like this, bingo bango, and then stop loss relatively below the low over here, bingo bango, and then take profit all the way to the top over here is what I am seeing for Nasdaq on the 4-hour time frame. It's looking really good for the US economy, even in general. Like I also anticipate that the dollar will start climbing maybe next week or the month after. But for now, right now, indices are starting to move the way we want them to move. So let's just pay attention to them as much as we can. Let's move over to the next pair. Last but not least, we got Bitcoin. So Bitcoin made a strong feature in this week's because it hit its all-time high. And I think it's still very good to be looking at it right now, right? So now, as we can see, guys, for me personally, we missed out on the entry on the bottom. We wanted to execute relatively based off of this order block over here, or this fair value gap over here, right? So this is the fair value gap we were looking at it executing, right? I was anticipating that it was going to drop in a little bit deeper, right? So this is the green ray was the line I was anticipating to enter. So price didn't fall all the way to the downside there and kept on climbing, right? And making an all-time high, which is okay, guys. Like, as tough as it is to see price climbing higher and higher, this is something I can't control as a trader. I was waiting for my entry, price didn't come to me. Instead of chasing it, I just let it do its thing, and price is here now. So the next step forward is understanding what is the next movement for what do you call this, Bitcoin, you know. And I think if I go to the weekly time frame, I think relatively the past 2 weeks has been the time it's been the most volatile, actually. As you can see, for the past actually 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, yeah, 6 to 8 weeks. So what we can see is that price made this low, pushed all the way to the top, making this high, right? So what I want to do now is I'm gonna look at Bitcoin and understand it. This is actually backtesting with you guys, right? I'm gonna try and backtest this with you guys. So what I do is I'm gonna remove everything over here and see what it respected. When Bitcoin dropped as low as that, using the low and high, I'm realizing that Bitcoin is respecting the 50%. When I come over here and I highlight gold, this is the line. Let's just do this. Yeah, this is the part where Bitcoin respected, right? So if we can pull this all the way to the top like that and all the way to the bottom like that, this is the anticipation of where we're going to be taking our next entry, right? So when we go to the daily time frame, right, we can see that, okay, cool, on the daily time frame, what we can see is that price has made this high. We're anticipating it to drop all the way to the downside. The 92k is basically our first entry. This is the first place I'll look for entries. Like 92,000 is the first place I'll look for entry, and then second entry would be relatively along. If it drops deeper, 88k is another point I would want to enter in terms of my execution. But right now, guys, with Bitcoin, anything can happen. It could relatively push all the way to the downside, right? Respect this fair value gap and push all the way to the top. I would even say, guys, I think the main reason why I struggle at analyzing Bitcoin so much is because it's a pair that I've recently introduced to my watch list. Like, I introduced it last year, June, right? So it hasn't even been a year since I've been trading this thing. I haven't made much money from it. I think Bitcoin is a pair that really pays when you know what you're doing, but I'm still getting accustomed to it. I just really want to master gold, right? Now, actually, the psychology thing of the week this time, you know, I'm always weighing it, right? So with this week, I think I could go back to the last point that I said. It's like, guys, number one, mastery it takes time. Like, and I've seen it with a lot of my clients too, guys. Like, everybody wants to get to a point of consistency in their trading, and the thing is, with trading, you can never know when you're going to get to a point of consistency, right? Someone can get there in 2 years, someone can get there in 4 years. It relatively depends on where you are as a trader and your mindset as well, and the people around you, your environment, because those are the things that affect you, guys. Like, if you can remove a lot of the things that sacrifice and a lot of the things that sabotage you or your trading, success comes easier. So what I try and do is, especially with my trading, is number one, I've been trading for close to 3.5 years, 4 years now, going to 4 years actually. Funny enough, today is my birthday, guys. So run up happy birthday in the comments if you're watching till the end. But like, in terms of psychology, it's like, you have to also understand, it's like this journey isn't just wake up, profitability, happy, buy M4, buy M2. It's like, there's a lot of days, there's a lot of weeks where you feel like you might not even be doing enough, you know. There's days where you might be losing and you're not even getting to a point, you get what I mean? So one thing I can say definitely is you have to understand that, like, mastering a skill, whether it's soccer, football, trading, like, it's gonna take a lot of time and it's gonna take a lot of effort. And the time and effort you think it's gonna take more than that. And I keep on telling this. Funny enough, like, I think I was talking to my dad about the situation, right? Like, about my trading and stuff and where I am right now compared to where I was. And he literally looked at in front of my face and was like, this is just a warm-up, you know? And when I sat back and I realized that, like, I haven't even started, guys. Like, the 4 years I've been trading just were the beginning. I'm only 22, you know, today is my birthday. Thank God I got to this age. But it's like, I'm only realizing now that I have to work like this till 26, 27, 28, 30. So there's still 8 more years, 9 more years of this, right? So when I started realizing and looking at it from a wider lens, and I started realizing that if I try and do my best to make every day count, those 6 years later, I can look back and be a better trader than I was 6 years ago. And that's the main important thing. So the word of the day, or the topic of the video, or the psychology lesson of the video is, you have to try and make sure that you are a better trader than you were a year ago, 2 years ago, right? And the only way you're going to do that is slowly improving day by day, right? That is, let's say, for example, one of the rules I've implemented that I've been very disciplined with throughout the year is 2 setups a week. So I only trade 2 setups a week. That's 2 times a week. Maybe I'll trade a USD JPY setup on a Monday or Tuesday, and if it hits my SL, I'll trade maybe a US30 or Euro USD trade on a Thursday or Wednesday. If that takes me out, I'm done for the week. Even if I see more setups, I won't enter in the charts because I'm sticking towards those rules. Number one, it makes me more picky. I trade, like, I don't revenge trade, and I walk away at the end of the week still with capital to trade the next week. And that's the most important thing for me that I've been realizing, that has been helping me a lot as a trader, you know. So that's the word of the thing, guys. Understand, mastery takes time. So whatever success you want and the time frame you have it in your head, it's gonna take longer than you actually think, right? I remember when I started trading, I thought I would buy an M4 in my first year of trading, and unfortunately I don't have a M4 4 years later. But you get what I mean? But I have the skill. Like, one thing for sure is, I'm glad that things are so hard and the way they are, because I know not a lot of people are going to go through the journey that I went through, right? Hence why only a few selected amounts of traders are going to receive the freedom and the money they want and the profits they want, because it's a hard journey, guys. Like, if you're watching this video now, understand that what you're doing is probably one of the hardest jobs, because you're not fighting against, you know, your boss or trying to get to a deadline. You're fighting against yourself. This is a self-development journey, and you'll always develop as a human. So that means your trading will always develop as well. So you can never think you have it, or you can never think you're that trader, because the markets are consistently evolving, and the same way they're evolving, you need to adapt and evolve as a human being. Your strategy, even right now, I literally just showed you with US30 or Nasdaq that we're no longer using the indice retracement. We're no longer even using the gold retracement as like last year. Can you see what I'm saying? And that comes with experience and time on the market. Consistency shows clarity. Consistency gives you clarity on the market more than anything else. But if you watch till the end, guys, please make sure to subscribe. The mentorship link is in the description. Make sure to shoot me a message. That is my exact number, guys. Please be aware of scammers. Guys are doing too much right now. So just make sure. We're about to hit 10,000 on Instagram as well, guys. So make sure to follow my Instagram as well. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for watching till the end. It is another day. It is another dollar.